CorVel is excited to announce the release of our new Provider Panel Wizard. The goal of the Provider Panel Wizard is to reduce the time it takes to create provider panels for injured workers. To access the Provider Panel Wizard, select Find a Provider from CorVel.com. Enter the login and click Login. Enter the password and click Login again. Logins and passwords are supplied by CorVel. If you do not have a login or password, contact your account representative. Use the Manage Insured option in the Setup Actions section to enter panel information. Select the insured or create a new insured by selecting Create New Insured. If creating a new insured, enter the newly insured and select Next. Select the list of locations or create a new list. If creating a new list, enter the list name and select Next. Update or add a distribution list and select Next. Use Add Location to add a single location. Use the Import Locations option to import hundreds if not thousands of addresses with a few simple mouse clicks via a CSV file. Or existing locations to choose a location from a list of existing locations. When adding locations, enter the location name, and the location address. Addresses will pre-fill as they are typed. Select the desired address and select Next. Add new specialties or select Next. Use the drag and drop feature to add a company logo and select Next. Add new report settings or select Next. Review the information and complete and open the batch. Completing the insured setup saves the data entered to the database and brings you to the home page. Completing and opening the batch saves the data entered to the database and brings you to the Generate Batch screen. A green status means the provider panel has been generated. A yellow status means that the provider panel is pending, and a red status means the provider panel has not yet been generated. To generate a provider panel, check the Generate checkbox and select Generate. To view a provider panel, select the magnifying glass. Results will appear in a list view. Click Map to show the provider's locations using Google Maps. Click Add Provider to add a provider, View Panel to generate the provider panel, or Return to Search to return to the search request. Each provider appears with the provider's name and specialty, location and the location's distance from the starting location, phone number and when the provider's information was last verified by CorVel. Additional options include directions to the provider's location from the starting location, additional provider information, and the ability to update the provider, remove the provider from the panel, or change the provider. Based on the network selected, verifications may be displayed. Providers with a green icon have been verified by CorVel in the last 180 days and are currently accepting new workers' compensation patients. Providers with a blue icon are currently being verified by CorVel, and providers with a yellow icon should be contacted to confirm that they are accepting new patients. To view the provider panel, select View Panel. Use the arrow keys to review the provider panel. Click the printer icon to print the provider panel, or the email icon to email the provider panel. Close the provider panel to return to the search results. Click Home to return to the home page. Panels can be managed by selecting Manage Insured from the Panel drop-down. Select Log Out to exit the Provider Panel Wizard.